Hey everybody, I'm just on doing a video because I have not been on in a long time, and I thought I would come on and just talk for a few minutes because I've been so busy doing this coronavirus that I haven't been keeping up. So some people are like, "Where you been at?" But I have been super, super busy, got a lot of stuff going on, but I wanted to come on and just give some encouragement to some people who are out there. With me doing these shows, I hear a lot of stuff, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. And this is what I want to say, that first of all, thank you to all of the first responders. My sister is a respiratory therapist. As a matter of fact, she's at work tonight. So I'm really grateful to all the first responders. I'm thankful for all of the people that are out there on the front line, like just working. We have lost people who have actually been working in the hospital. I have friends who have lost loved ones because of the COVID virus because they are healthcare workers. And the sad part about it is losing a loved one and not being able to be there with them when they pass away, not being able to go visit them. This has happened to me. I lost my aunt. Um, a few weeks ago. It was very hurtful to not be able to go and visit with family. My family's in Alabama, and so we can't travel. I live in Maryland, and we can't travel. So it's really hurtful not to be able to go and visit. I hope you all can hear me. If y'all listening, if you could just let me know that you hear me talking, because I got this earpiece in my ear. So hopefully, you could send some thumbs up or something, and just let me know that you hear what I'm saying. But I wanted to come on and just give my condolences to quite a few of my friends who have lost people because of this COVID virus. This thing is really serious. I hope that everyone is taking it seriously. I hope that everyone is sorry guys. I hope that everyone is taking it seriously, and I hope that we're wearing the gloves and the mask like we're supposed to. If you live in Atlanta, I have a bunch of friends that live in Atlanta. Look, we're all grown, we do what we want to do, but I'm telling you, don't go out unless you feel as though it's safe and it's comfortable for you to go. I know what the governor is saying, but I don't know. I don't know that it's good to just jump right out there, and start actually going back to normal. I think it's going to take a while. I think this is our new normal for right now, and it's going to take a minute for us to get some normalcy back. So if you live in Atlanta, please be careful. I got a bunch of friends that live in New York. Please be safe. I hope that you are in a place where you don't have to go to work or you don't have to go out. I just hope that everybody's safe. I got friends everywhere. I just hope that you're safe. I'm praying for you. And like I said, I'm especially praying for the people who have lost loved ones during the COVID virus, who were working in the health field, who were just doing their job. And unfortunately, they lost their life. So prayers go up to them. I want to also just say thank you. I live in Baltimore City, and I see a lot of people in Baltimore who are out every day. They're giving out masks, they're giving out food, they are out here making sure the homeless are taken care of. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. And many of them are risking their life by going out to take care of these people. But thank you so much. And I want to say to you, like some of you, I see you on your lives, and I haven't been able to click in and really talk, but I see you in your lives getting really discouraged because people are talking about you. People are saying you need to do this, you need to do that. You know what you do to those people? You just turn them off. Just turn them off because none of them are out there doing what you're doing. So don't give them any airtime. Don't argue back with them. If you feel like it's been purpose within you to go out and help somebody, go help them. Don't worry about what other people are saying. You go and help these people, because it's the right thing to do. And sometimes we've been given that gift to go out and help. And so if you've been called to do that, please by all means go do it. Now, let me get to what I really wanted to talk about. Because this is a time, everybody, that we have a lot of downtime. We got a lot of time to really think. Some of y'all in the house with people, and you thought you would never be in the house that long with somebody. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Some of you thought you would never be in the house that long with somebody. So, you're in the house. You got your children, some of y'all are homeschooling and doing different things. But here's what I want to tell you, and I know it's late. I'm looking at the clock, like I know it's late. It's 11:10 where I am. But this is like the only time that I really get to do a live or watch some videos because I'm so busy during the day with my shows. But here's what I want to tell you: if you are at home, if you're not working, don't get sad, don't get depressed, because this may be your time to launch and go off into your purpose. This may be your time to really work on the gift that you feel like you've been given. Some people feel like they have been given a gift to do certain things, but they just haven't had the time to really work on it. So it's important for you to use the time that you have now, use it wisely, and begin working on that gift, whatever it is, looking up how you can get it going. Look at some YouTube videos. You can talk to different people. And I want to tell you, don't worry about naysayers. Don't worry about people saying, that doesn't make sense. It's your gift. It's your gift. If it's something that your dream that you really want to work on, is something that you know you're going to be great at, I say go for it. And what a better time than now, because there's nothing we can do, at least not where I live at. I'm in Maryland. We can't basically do anything. And so what greater time than now to start working on your gift, okay? And I'm going to share this with you because I remember when I first started out on the radio last year, and when I was sharing it with people. And that's the other thing you can't do when you begin to start going and operating in your gift. Don't allow negativity to enter into your world or to enter into your space, because when you do, you're going to take all of that on, and it's going to discourage you from doing what you really, really should be doing. So the thing is, when I started last year, I knew nothing about being in radio, but there was a lady who I met. Let me tell you how it happened. I actually my birthday's in February. My sisters decided we were going to do a girls' trip in Vegas to go to the Stellar Awards. The Stellar Awards is a gospel show similar to the Grammys. So it would be the gospel world's version of the Grammys. And my sister paid for me a ticket to go to the Stellar Awards. And I kind of wanted to go and I kind of didn't. But I had been to Vegas before and I love Vegas. So we went back and we had a good time, not knowing that something was going to happen for me while I was in Vegas. And so while I'm at the Stellar Awards, I'm having fun and I'm always on social media. I've always been on social media doing stuff. And at the end of the Stellar Awards, we went downstairs to take some pictures, and I run into a gentleman who's a manager at a radio station, and he actually started talking to me, asking me what do I do, and I'm telling him about radio and all of that. Telling him about what I'm doing. And what I was doing is I have a sister circle, and I was actually working with my sister circle. But I said, I think I'm supposed to be speaking to the world. I just don't know how to do it. I want to do a podcast or something. And we kept talking. I told him, a bit of my story. He introduced me to the owner of the station. We started talking, and immediately it was a connection with her. I love her. Oh my goodness. And so they talked to me. They told me they would call me the next day, and they offered me my own show to do as I please on the show. Mind you, it's a gospel station. I had no idea what I was going to do, but they actually worked with me. But here's the thing: the reason I'm telling you that is because when I began to share with people what I was doing and what happened to me while I was in Vegas, and these people that I had met, people immediately went into negativity mode. They started telling me, they're probably trying to take advantage of you. They probably want to build you up and make money off of you. It's probably not a real station. Are you sure? It was more. I heard more negative things than positive things. And the thing about it, at that point in time, I didn't take it on. And the reason I didn't take it on is because I'm a Christian. And what people didn't understand is that on my way to Vegas, I fly a lot. And normally when I get on a plane, like I'm happy to finally get on that seat because I can go to sleep. But for some reason, I'm on the plane to Vegas and I could not sleep. So I pulled out my prayer book And I started writing in my prayer book, Lord, this is really weighing heavy on my heart. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I know I'm supposed to be doing something. And I just need you to show me what it is. I have all these women in the sister circle. I need to take them to the next level. And I said, it's something inside me that's making me feel like I'm supposed to be speaking to the masses. Now, this was before I even got to Vegas. This is while I'm on the plane. So, for those of you who are in the spirit world and you understand how God works, you will understand where I'm going with this story. And I began to pray over my prayer book that I take with me everywhere I go. I began to pray over that book and I said, God, help me to understand what it is you want me to do. Because at this point in time, I'm at a loss. I'm getting discouraged. I need you to help me. And when I met them in Vegas, it may have been a surprise to them, but it wasn't a surprise to me. I was elated because I'm like, wow, God answered my prayer. And then I'm like, wait a minute, God, you want me to be on the radio? Like, okay, I don't radio, like I don't know, I'm not sure. But they gave me so much confidence and we talked the next day for probably over an hour. And it was just such a great conversation that I felt like, you know what? I'm just going to try it. I'm going to do it. Now, as I said, when I shared it with people, people were very negative. They told me it probably wouldn't work. It's probably not for you. You never did that before, so it might not work. I don't know if you really want to go that way. Instead of being positive and pushing, I did have a few people who were happy for me and they were pushing for me to get into it. But lo and behold, I get into radio and I find out that that was my calling. That's where I'm supposed to be. And I've been allowed and enabled to speak to masses, to talk to people. Last year, just traveling like crazy all over the place, meeting people, doing red carpets, all kinds of stuff. God put me into my purpose. The other thing that I understood was that years ago, when I was trying to walk into my purpose, not knowing what it was, God couldn't reveal it to me. Why? Because I wasn't ready. I still had some of me that I needed to get rid of. I still had some things that I needed to unpack in my life. I still had some pain in my life. I still had some forgiveness that I needed to give to someone. Um, because there were people in my life that I felt like I just couldn't forgive. And so God had to clean all of that up because if he had put me on the radio a few years ago, I would have blew everybody up. But he put me on the radio at a time and place when he knew that he could trust me. And so that's what I want to say to you all as I'm talking to you. You might want to share this video to people that you may know that, the question is you got to ask yourself, can God trust me? Can he trust me right now? Now, this COVID coronavirus thing that's going on right now, I take it for me too as a blessing because it's allowed me to do some other things that I probably would not have stopped and worked on had the coronavirus not been going on because I would have been on a plane traveling, and I was all ready for traveling this year, y'all. I was ready, okay, but God said no. And even at the beginning of this year, I shared with a friend of mine, and this was in January. I shared with a friend of mine, I said, for some reason, God is telling me not to do any trips this year. He's telling me not to go anywhere, to just be still. And so I remember the first trip that my radio station did, I called and I was like, I can't go. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go on the other trips. And I didn't tell them why I couldn't go, but God had told me that he needed me to be still. Lo and behold, in my stillness, I was working on some things and God set me up for something else. And I'm gonna share with y'all much later in the week that another venture that I'm going into, which is a huge blessing. But I'm saying all of that to say this, that when you are called to do something, don't worry about what other people are saying in your ear. They're not going to understand your calling because it wasn't for them, it's for you. And so if you begin to listen to other people and you allow other people to tell you what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to go, how you're supposed to live, how you're supposed to say something, you're never going to get anywhere. When I got on the radio station, I blocked everybody out. And all I was tuned in on was the lady, the owner who put me on the station, the lady who said, I'm going to help you every step of the way. She was the only one I focused on. If I had a question, if I had a problem, I didn't go talking to her, talking about her to everybody. I went to her. I had a conversation with her. She has become my friend, my sister, my confidant. Like, I love this woman because she invested in me. She saw something in me and she took the time to build me up. And she's the kind of person that I watch her build people up, put them on her platform, and she allows you to freely, do what you need to do to make your show grow. But she's right there. If you need her, she's right there. And so, a lot of times people don't get to grow in their gift. They don't get to flow in their gift. They don't get to even enjoy their gift because of fear, because of listening to other people, because you feel like it's not ready. A lot of times, God will call you into unknown territory. All He's saying is, I trust you to go into that territory. Now, do you trust me to take you into that territory? And so that's what I wanted to say to everybody tonight, because I'm not just saying it to you. It's something that I've lived. And that last year was phenomenal. That is the best year that I can I mean, that was the best year of my life. That was the best year of my life, being able to really walk in my calling. And the thing about it, that it's your purpose when you feel like you can do this thing and you don't even care if you get paid. You just enjoy it so much. You just love it so much. And that's the feeling that I had. Like, I just love what I do so much. And so by the end of the year, God blessed me to have 3 shows, and I wasn't even a year into my show that they had offered me in Vegas. But at the end of the year, I had 3 shows. I'm now doing another show. And so, God will bless you. God will take you where you need to go. For those of you, I know I have a lot of people on my page who don't even believe in God. And so here's what I want to say to you: walk in your purpose. If you feel deep down inside of you that you feel like you've been called to do something, check it out. Okay. Don't walk away from whatever it is that you feel like is drawing you, because you'll get that burning feeling inside and you'll just be feeling like, I know I'm supposed to be doing this. I know this is for me. And the only way that it's going to happen is that you have to step forth. Nobody's going to step forth for you. And then I love what Tyra Gregory said on my show the other night. We were on my Baltimore's Entrepreneur Show. I love what she said the other night. She said, what happens is that when you begin to walk in your purpose and you really begin to walk in your calling, and you doing your thing, instead of people being happy for you, people will start falling back. They for some reason, your whole circle will begin to change. And I can honestly say that I started my show back in I got with the radio station in April. I started my show in May. By the end of December, my whole circle was gone. I'm talking about my inner circle. Now I got a real teeny circle of sisters. They know who they are. They didn't go anywhere. That's my pack. But I had my circle of friends, and my whole circle was gone. And I had in a couple of those people, it hurt because I'm like, well, man, what happened? How did we disconnect? Like, I don't even know what happened, but I begin to realize that as you begin to grow and move forward, a lot of people can't handle it and they can't go there with you. It's not their time. Not that they're not talented, it's just not their time, because as you go on this journey of entrepreneurship and pursuing your dream, you're going to be having fun, but you're also going to be met with a lot of criticism, critiquing, obstacles, and so many different other things. And you have to be able to deal with those things as well as continue in your dream, continue walking in your purpose. And so I've had all of those things happen. Um, and what I learned is how to turn it off, because I understand where I'm supposed to be. And so I'm not going to allow you. And then watch who's talking to you. That's the other thing. Watch who's talking to you. Because if they're telling you not to do some things, or this is not your calling, or this is not for you, or like people were telling me about the radio last year, I don't think you should do that. It might not even be a real station. Listen, here's the thing. You got to take a risk in life. You have to take a chance. It may work, it may not work, and it's okay if it doesn't. But guess what? You won't ever look in the mirror and say, I didn't try. The only thing you got to do is get out there and try it. It may or may not work, but guess what? It may really work. It may really work in your favor and take you to the next level. You never know. You won't know until you step out. So, right now, and it's always been this way in my life, don't tell me what I'm not capable of, what I can't do. I will take that better from somebody who's actually out there doing something. If you just a couch potato or you just on the phone and you just feel as though it's your duty to call me and tell me what you think, and you have a right to your opinion. I respect you. I honor you. But guess what? Charlene is going to do what Charlene feels like she's been called to do. And that's the mindset you have to have, because if you don't, people will pull you down. If I had listened, watch this, if I had listened to those people last year, I would be sitting just like them right now, sitting where they're sitting. Here it is, the coronavirus going on, and they're still sitting doing nothing. All of them got purpose and potential, but they're still sitting around doing nothing. And so I am really grateful that I learned at a very early age to cut people off. You don't, I'll accept what you're saying. I will listen to you. um, I will, maybe answer a couple questions, but for the most part, I'm going to think this thing through, and I'm gonna think about what you said. But if I don't see you doing certain things, it's like this. If you're trying to lose weight and this person is trying to sell you a product, but this person is like 300 something pounds, or they look like somebody that's on 600-pound life, but that show, but they're trying to sell you the product. Is that going to make you want to buy from them? Is that going to make you want to lose weight when they look like they ready to go get a sandwich? It ain't going to work. And so I tell people, practice what you preach. If you're coming to me telling me that you don't think this is for me, give me a reason why. Give me a reason why, and then possibly point me in a direction that you think I need to go. Don't just come with the negative stuff. Don't just come with that. Point me in a direction that you think I should go, or at least let me see you doing something. And I just wanted to say that to everybody, to encourage you, to help you to understand that all of us have been given a special gift, everybody on the planet. And it's up to you, and especially during this COVID virus, it's up to you to sit there and figure out what your gift is, what your purpose is. Some of you already know. It's just that you've been afraid to step out. You've been afraid. So now that I have a platform, and I feel like I have been so, oh man, I've been so blessed with what I've been able to do, the people I've been able to interview, the places I've been able to travel and stay. And it's just been incredible. And it was just a year on the 23rd or something like that, a 1 year anniversary for me for doing this. But my friends can tell you I have done some crazy stuff, like unimaginable stuff. But that's what happens when you walk in your purpose. Not only that, when you walk in your purpose, here's the other thing. Every day you have to diligently work on your purpose, work on that gift, work on that dream that you're trying to accomplish. Don't take a day off, don't take a minute off. A lot of people laugh at Donald Trump. A lot of people, talk about how ignorant he is. That's all true. But at the same time, one thing I remember, because I've been following Donald Trump for years, because I always loved his passion for building and making things happen. And the one thing that I learned from him is that he said he didn't sleep. And he said the reason he would never really like go to sleep at night, he said, because everybody's asleep at night. And that was the time he knew that he could go in, he could make deals, he could do this, he could do that. So by the time these people wake up in the morning, boom, he taking this, or he was building this, or he got a contract for that. Because this man was working while people are sleeping. And it just always put that fire inside of me. So a lot of times, I'm working during the day on my stuff, but then in the middle of the night, sometimes I wake up and I'm working on my stuff. I'm constantly working on how to make me better, how to make my brand better, how to grow my brand, how not to just grow my brand, but how to help other people to do what they want to do and help them grow their brand. And so, that's important also. Don't just do it for you, because there's other people who may be watching you who really want to do it. They may need some encouragement, they need some help, may need a push, but you can't want it more than they do. Okay? And I'm going to give you another nugget. When you do get out there and you start doing your gift and you start really doing the thing that you've been called to do and that you've been blessed to do, people will come from nowhere. They need money. They get mad if you don't give them what they're asking for. They everybody thinks that they know you, and you like, I'm still learning. I'm still trying to get where I'm supposed to get. And the one thing I've learned to tell people now, people say, "Well, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to be a singer or a fashion designer or this or that." The first thing I say to them is, and they'll tell me, "I need your help. I need you to help me. I need you to put me on your show. I need you to promote this." The one thing I say to people is, "Bring me your plan." Okay, if you and don't tell me, I give it to you in 4 days, because that means you haven't written it out. That means you don't have a plan. When I say to you, give me your plan, let me see what you're working on. You can send it by text, you can email it, we could video chat. Let me see what you're working on. And so that will help me to decide whether or not I'm gonna push you, because when you go to somebody, you're asking them for help and you're asking them to do certain things for you have to come prepared. You got to come with your stuff, you know, and you got to say, "Look, this is what I have. Like, at least give me something to help you with, to help you work with." The other thing I'm looking at is your attitude. And I'm telling you all this because I want you to know what to look for, because a lot of people are nurturers, they're givers, and you mess around and give away your dream to somebody else. And so, what I'm saying to you is, make sure that this person that's coming to you has their own plan in mind, that they're already working on it, not that they want to use your brain to work on their plan. Because people try to be slick and they'll be asking, "Well, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" I'm like, "No, what do you think about it? Let me see what you came up with." Always flip it back, because they need to be working on their own stuff. The other thing is attitude. You know, if I go on Facebook or Instagram or any of these social media sites, and I see you just doing all kinds of reckless stuff or saying reckless stuff out of your mouth, I'm more than likely I'm not going to help you. And the reason I'm not going to help you, because your name is going to be attached to mine, and you're not going to mess up my brand because you don't have any control. And that's something else that people have to learn too. People are going to talk about you. People are going to talk about your brand. People are going to say certain things. You got to learn how to turn that off and just say, "This is my gift. This is my dream. I'm going out here and I'm going to go and do this." You got to turn people off. Don't let them get you wound up like that. The greatest gift you can give to them is to go out there and do what you're doing and let it come back and hit them in the face. That's the greatest gift you could give them. I mean, I stayed quiet. People was talking about me. People talking about my show and all kinds of stuff. Now I'm getting good ratings, but you got people out here trying to talk about my show. They trying to say certain things. I ain't say nothing to them, because you know what? Last time I had turned on the radio or internet radio or anything, they ain't have no show. So I was like, why am I why would I waste my time? And I continued to go on and do what I had to do, because I was believing in my dream. I was believing in what I had to do. And when you start believing in your dreams and operating in your gifts, you don't have time for negativity. You don't have time for any type of foolishness. You don't have time for none of that. Hey Vivian, how you doing? Um I just sorry, I just noticed the messages over there. How you doing, Viv? That's one of my homegirls. Now, I mess with her, it's gonna be a problem. But anyway, she's one that pushes me. She lets me know, like, sorry, like, look, she and I love her. Those are the people you need to have around you, people that's going to support you, but people who will also let you know if you need to change up some stuff or do things a different way or say something a different way. You need those people in your life. So really make sure that as you are going and operating in your gift, that you don't get distracted by the bull crap that's going on. Because believe me, it's going to come. A lot of people don't want to see you win. And so my thing is, I don't expect you to want me to win, but I want me to win. And I'm not going to invest any time in you and worrying about what you're saying. All that's going to be invested in me, because any type of time that I take away from me because I'm responding to you, no, I get 100%. I get 100%. You get no airtime. You get none of my time. Say whatever you want. You're free. You can step off my page, my platform, my radio. Do whatever you want. You're free. But I don't allow people to come into my space and make me feel bad. You can't. You can't. And so, but I am a learner. I want to learn. I want to know. And so what I do now is I hang around people who are higher than me, people who have already, they're in the radio, they're in this internet stuff. I mean, they got it going on, podcasting, all kinds of stuff. These are the people I'm talking to. These are the people I'm networking with, you know, because the more you get into your purpose, you find that people are not as petty. And so I don't like pettiness, negativity, and I'm so glad that, now I'm in a position where I can be around people who don't have time for that. I'm around people, some of them are millionaires. I'm around people who have a purpose and they're trying to go even higher. And so that's what you have to look for. Sometimes it's going to mean that your family may not support you, your friends may not support you, your spouse or your partner may not support you. Then you have to decide, how am I going to do this? Am I going to take it on, or am I just going to sit here and allow the forces and everything that's going around me to affect what I'm doing? You have to decide that. You got to decide that. But I promise you, when I finish this video, if you sit down quietly and you think about it, you're going to realize that you have a purpose on this earth. Even if your purpose is just sitting there making phone calls, encouraging people, guess what? That's a gift. That's a gift. We all have been born with a gift. We've been born with a purpose on this earth. And so, why not use this time of the shutdown to really, really figure out what your purpose is? What are you here for? There's a book that's called "What on Earth Am I Here For?" There's another book called "The Purpose Driven Life." Like, what are you really here to do? Am I just here to be Eric's mom? That's my son, by the way. No, I'm not just here to be his mom, but I am here to be his mom and to show him the things that his mom can do. So when he starts looking at his purpose and he starts having children, he can start drawing back and thinking about what mom said and what he saw mom doing and how he saw mom never giving up. You got to make sure that you do what it is you've been called to do, because you will be so happy. I promise you, you will be so happy. There's nothing like doing what you want to do. I never thought I would be in a position where I could just do what I want to do and just be this person and really get into my gift. But now that I'm doing it, like, it's awesome. It's amazing. And like I said, I got a special announcement coming up soon. I don't want to say it right now, but I got one coming up soon later on this week. And so that's what I wanted to say to you. And it was something else I wanted to tell you. Um, about operating in your purpose, and it slipped my mind. But I'll probably do another video, but this is just to encourage you all. Like, don't give up. Please do not give up. Please. If you are stuck in a sad place and you feeling down and depressed because you can't go outside, you can't see your friends. I miss all of my friends. I miss my girls. We used to go out every Friday night. I miss them. But at the same time, I'm learning in my quiet time that I have to really work on me some more and work on these incredible gifts that God has given to me. And so that's what I wanted to say about your gift, especially now that the coronavirus is going on. I work on my gift like I'm going to work. I get up every day, get myself together, do my hair, do my makeup, just like I'm going to work. And I go in the other room and I start working on, I do my devotionals first. Um, and then I contact a few people, send them encouraging stuff, and then I start working on what I've been given, my gift, my purpose. I start creating, I start writing. Um, I read. I don't watch TV. I read. I listen to um, these what are they called, motivational videos on YouTube, and how people are telling you how to work on, I'm in radio, how to make it better, uh how to do podcasts. And so I'm constantly depositing positive things into my brain, and I do it all day. I may get up at 5 or 6 in the morning, ain't going nowhere, 5 or 6 in the morning, and I will work at what I'm doing, maybe take a few breaks in between until maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon. This is every single day. And this has been since last year. Last year, January was when I started doing this, January 2019. And the radio thing came up in uh, March of 2019, and started the show in May. But I said all of that to say that this is your dream. This is your baby. You got to feed this baby. You got to help this baby to grow. You got to do all that you can do to nurture your dream. Don't expect anybody to come over and to come in and take over your dream and start pushing it out. No, it's your dream, and your dream is going to take work, which means you got to work on it every day. So we got the coronavirus going on right now, and we're supposed to be inside. We're not supposed to be going out unless we have to go out. And so while you're at home, what a great time you could have just thinking about that thing that's inside of you. And once you this is the great thing about the gifts and purpose. Once you get that one gift going and you really start doing it well, you realize you have another gift. And you grab that gift and you start working on that gift and you start doing that really well. And then you realize you got another gift. There's so much inside of you. Don't let it rot away. Don't let it just sit there because you're so frustrated with the coronavirus and we can't go out. This coronavirus might be a blessing in disguise for some people. Some people are going to come out of this as entrepreneurs. They're going to be able to leave their job and they're going to be able to go and walk in their purpose and be working for themselves, and you're going to look back next year, you'll be looking back like, you know what, when the coronavirus was going on, I started working. You're going to be able to do those things. And I want to say this: once you begin to grow and operate in your purpose, please help somebody else. Please reach back and grab somebody else. Please um, give someone else a chance to grow. My platform with being on the radio, I got a lot of flack from people because they would say to me, "You need to charge people for coming on your show. That's how you can make money." Mm-mm. And anybody that came on my show, and I had over 60 people by the time last year ended. They had been on my one show, um, and God never told me to charge anybody to be on my show. What He told me was to allow people to be on that show, to give them a platform, to give them a way to talk, a way to share, a way to get their products out there. And He would bless me on the back end. And I promise you, that's what He's done. He has blessed me on the back end. And so it was never meant for me last year to be sitting there making money off of everybody that was coming on my show. I could have been did pretty good last year, but that was not what God told me to do. He told me to let Him take care of me and open my show up and allow people to come on. Now that's the platform that God created, because when I first started the show, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, dude, I saw everybody preaching because it's a religious station. I was like, I don't want to preach. But he opened it where it became a talk show and where words started getting out. And I just had every week, it was always somebody who wanted to be on the show. The calendar was booked like a couple months ahead. And so it turned out to be a blessing. And I met so many nice people by doing that. And I continue to push them even to this day. But some a lot of times we can't do things for money when we first start. My job last year, and I'm sharing all of this with you not to brag, but to tell you the process and what you have to go through to get where you need to be. My only job last year was to allow God to take complete control of my life and help me to operate in my purpose and to listen to, I call her my mentor, my sister, Alicia Lorraine, the owner of the station. That was my only job. Listen to what she had to say, almost like sitting at her feet, because she was doing her thing. And whenever she said, "Are you going to be able to travel with me? Are you going to be able to do this? You're going to be able to do that?" I always said yes. And the reason I said yes is because not because I wanted to go and say I went somewhere or take pictures. It was because I wanted to learn from this woman, this beautiful Black woman who had her own station. I wanted to learn from her. I wanted to know, how did you get there? How do you know how to do all of this stuff? How did you meet these people to be traveling all over the place? I wanted to know how she got there. And so my job last year was to stay laser focused on her and just listen to what she was telling me and do what she told me to do. That was it. I tell y'all this. We went to New Orleans, and her and I always laugh about this. We went to the Essence Fest. We had to do the Essence Fest last year, and so we went to the riverfront, which is where they were doing the fireworks, Fourth of July, because Essence Fest is July 1st to the 5th. So we went to the fireworks, the riverfront, to watch the fireworks, and she set up the cameras and everything, and it was going to be my job to interview everybody as they were coming from the fireworks to talk about the Essence Fest or whatever it was. I wanted to do this thing called Word on the Street. And so we had decided she was going to operate the camera. I'm going to do word on the street. And I'm going to just be talking about Black love and this and celebrating our Blackness and stuff. Well, in the middle, and this is like the fireworks hadn't even got started good. We're standing there, and all of a sudden, you see people, and it was packed on the riverfront. You see people running towards us. And I'm like looking at her like, what is going on? And these people, I mean, they are running, grabbing children, they running on top of each other. A lady ran past me and she said, "Somebody's shooting, run, somebody's shooting." Then I hear somebody else say, they're shooting. So I start running with the crowd. I'm like, I'm gone. I'm running with the crowd. I see Alicia, she got her equipment, and I saw her in front of me. And she was looking at me with this look like, come on, come on. And then it was so many people running, I didn't see her anymore. And so I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm running, my heart is beating fast. I'm looking back, I don't see her. I run all the way down the street. I think it's called Harris. It was a casino. I run all the way down there. I'm at Harris. I'm trying to call her. I can't get her. Then I'm calling my family, can't get them on the phone. I'm like, oh my goodness. I hope nothing happened to her. And I'm really in a panic now. When I tell you I was shaking, because I've never been in that type of situation, and the police are all over the place. The police are, as we're running down the street, and it's like a mob running. The police are running towards us to try to see who this active shooter is. So I get down there, I'm a Harris, I'm pacing, I'm walking around. Finally, she sent me a text and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm at Harris. Where are you?" And she said, "I'll be right there." So I'm down there nervous, panicking. At this time, y'all, I'm ready to go. Like, listen, I don't want to do no word on the street. I don't want to talk to nobody. I want to get the heck up out of here and go back to the hotel. So she comes down the street. She has her tripod, she has a camera, and she comes down and she's looking at me, and I'm looking at her like, "Look, sis, let's go. Come on." So, she starts setting her stuff up. And I'm like, is she serious? Like, she's really setting her stuff up. So she's setting her stuff up. And she looks at me, and I think I said to her, like, "You not leaving?" And she said, "No, we're gonna do the show. We gotta do the show." And I'm like, huh? And so she said, "We gotta do the show." And I said, "Oh, because I thought we was leaving. I'm ready to go." She's like, "No, no, no. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna do the show." And I'm just like, wow, okay, this woman. But then as she's setting up, she's talking to me. And she's very calm. She's always she's always like real calm. And so she says to me, when people are running like that, you don't run with the crowd, always find a cut. You got to find a corner, something to go in and hide in. And she said, while everybody was running, I saw an opening and I just hid in the cut and I just waited. Everybody was passing, they were running. And when it was all clear, I came out. And she was so calm. Like, she's so amazing. I love her. And so I'm standing there and I'm looking. I'm like, wow. She starts telling me how they did a drill at her job, and she had just had this drill at her job, and she was just so calm. She's like, "You're going to be okay, Lady J. You're going to be fine. I'm gonna give you this microphone. Just walk around, interview people, just talk to them." And before you know it, I could have easily said, "Look, I'm ready to go. I ain't trying to do this, blah, blah, blah," running off at the mouth. But as I said earlier, my only job last year was to trust this woman. She trusted me enough to put me on her platform. My job was to trust her and let her help me to grow, because these are things that you may go through being out on the street, interviewing people, talking to people. Stuff is going to happen. When I thought about it, I remember seeing reporters outside and things happening behind them. And some of them, they just kept right on reporting. And so we ended up doing the show, Word on the Street. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And I interviewed so many beautiful Black people, so many beautiful Black couples, and we just had a good time and we laughed about it. And she continued to encourage me because she knew that I was nervous about continuing on. There were times being on the radio where I just kind of felt like, man, I don't know, and I don't know if I want to do this. And she was still encouraging me, still pushing me. And so those are the kind of people that you need in your circle, and you need in your space to help you along. Sometimes it gets hard, sometimes it gets rough, and you feel like you want to just be like, forget it, I'm done. But you got to have people in your camp to say, keep going. And I love her for that. I will go to my grave being grateful to God for allowing me to meet this woman, because she has invested so much of her time in me, and she wasn't charging me, to talk to me or to say certain things, but she just grabbed me up and she was like, "When I travel, I want you to go. I want you to go here." Whenever we would go places, she was like, "Here's the mic. You start interviewing. Red carpet." I had never interviewed on a red carpet before. She giving me the mic. Interview, go ahead up there. And she would tell me how to stand, how to hold the mic. And so when God prepares you, and when he puts you into your purpose, because he put me into unknown territory, I didn't know anything about all of that stuff I was learning, but I had to trust him enough to walk me through it. Not only did he walk me through it, but he had her. She was like an angel around me, showing me exactly what I was supposed to do, what I shouldn't say, this, that, and the other. And so when he sends you everybody, he will equip you. He won't just put you out there by yourself in unknown territory. That unknown territory is going to be what brings you so much peace, so much happiness, so much joy. Because why? It was designed just for you. It wasn't for anybody else. It was meant for you. So that's all I have to say tonight. I know it's late. I have to get up early in the morning to be on a show. So I got to go. But I just wanted to say hi to everybody. I wanted to check in. I haven't done any lives in a while by myself because I have been working on my gifts and just working on stuff that's going to take me to the next level. So, you know, please, and feel free. You can inbox me if you have any questions or if you just need some encouragement. I'm here. I'm a life coach. I'm a spiritual coach. The other thing that I've been doing for free is I've been doing free life and spiritual coaching sessions, and I have some wonderful clients that have come my way, and we're having a really good time. And I'm doing it for free. And I am going to do for people what I wish people had done for me, because there were a lot of people who could have invested in me and they didn't, and they know who they are. But it's all good. It's all good, because a lot of times the people who will push you to your purpose and your potential and even invest in you a lot of times are people who don't even know you. And my mentor, I call him my mentor, the owner of the station, didn't know me, had never seen me before, didn't know my background, didn't know none of that. And she saw enough in me to say, you know what? I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna put you on my platform. Her words were, you need to be heard. And that's exactly what she did. And so don't always, hey Shango, how are you? He said, keep going. I certainly will, brother. You too. Um, don't always look for, we have a tendency to look for certain people to help us and to push us. Oftentimes they won't. I'm a singer. I have been singing since I was about, whew, maybe 6, 7 years old. And my dad, I call him my teacher. He taught all of us how to sing. He told us when we were little, your voice is going to make you money. He was so correct. My money, my voice helped to pay my son's education through school. I sang on the weekends. And the lady that Alicia, I don't think she really knew that I was a singer until I gave her a song and I asked her, could you play this at the beginning of my show? People know me now as Lady J, the radio host. No, I'm a singer. I'm Charlene, the singer. That's me. I'm the singer. And so everything that I'm doing now is new, but I realized that God was saying a lot of people have already heard you sing. Now they need to hear another side of you and they need to see another side of you. So, y'all, I am done. I hope that you got something out of this. Walk in your purpose. Let God use you. If you're a Christian, if you are not a Christian, believe in yourself. You have purpose, you have potential. Walk in it. Don't let anybody take it away. And guess what? I'm out. Y'all have a great, great night. And I will be talking to you soon. Check out my shows. Take care.